Hi, my dear friends. In Transforming Mindset, we are here with a semi podcast. And here today, I'm going to talk with a very important person in our life and someone who can change or transform your mindset completely. Let me introduce you to the person. He is who is joining with me is Mr. Sanjay Gutakrata, and he is an IT engineer, shall I say, turned entrepreneur, and he has raised 5 years plus of a successful startup called as Rangamati. Rangamati, which literally means the red soil of Bengal, and that geographical soil, which also empowers the women and a lot of artisans. So his main aim is to pull out the artisans and the grassroots employees, those who are involved in making fabrics, making clothes, making dokra and art and crafts that are literally hundreds and hundreds of years old. So he is on a mission on to revive these articles, and he is empowering rural women and also bringing in a complete rural transformation. So welcome Sanjay, welcome to our podcast, and I hope that you will find it very inspiring to be here.
Thanks a lot, Amrita, for having me here. This is a time when it demands a lot of interactions like this. And I'm really lucky, and I literally thank you and all the viewers of Transforming Minds. I am a part of that group too. I'm looking forward to a lot of mind transformation. And thanks a lot for introducing my project also. Guys, we will talk about that later on. But first of all, thanks a lot for being, patient enough. And we will be talking about different aspects about transformation in terms of
Sure.
startups or in terms of projects. And it's good. It's good to be here. It's literally good to be here. And Amrita, out of your busy schedule, you taking out this time and conducting this is literally very encouraging for me or any entrepreneurs as such. Thanks a lot for that. Yeah.
That would be such a nice start to all our meeting. So
Mhm.
this is a kind of a podcast. We want to bring it to our viewers, literally the questions which they are asking into their minds. And today, actually, I'm directly hitting you with these questions, and I hope that you enlighten us with the answers. So first, just tell me about your startup journey in brief, if you can, so that we all get enlightened by how to become an entrepreneur ourselves. So, Sanjay.
Amrita, honestly speaking, see, whenever I go for any kind of seminars or workshops, see, this is a question which I come across very often. Okay, so I asked, on the other hand, I asked this question to the interviewing person, like to you being the host. Literally, I would like to ask, do you want the sugar-coated answer or do you want the bitter pill? Because the thing is, startup is a new kind of buzzword which is happening all around, and I mean it's good. I mean it's absolutely good, and I encourage it. But the thing is, there are various aspects about being an entrepreneur, being a startup, beginner. The thing is,
Yeah.
in my last seminar, which was with Techno India. Now, Techno India has, over the years, have past 2 years, they have introduced an EDC, which is the Entrepreneur Development Cell. And the thing is, there are such big minds, big scholar people, and this is a question which came up. I mean, like, to talk about startups. See, the first thing is I told, see, guys, we need to understand one thing. I appreciate all the minds, which are the warrior minds. Startup is the need of the hour, and with the honestly speaking, with the pandemic breaking all around, like it's like a hell let loose, right? So a lot of people losing job, a lot of people being terminated, a lot of people being put on leave. See, that should not be one reason. Let me guys take this opportunity, and Amrita, if you may allow me, let me tell you this point. Like, this is bringing up a new work scenario. It is good for a startup, but it should not be an excuse. Like last meeting, I told that a startup is not a Valentine's Day celebration. Okay, it's not, because when you are literally embarking in a journey of entrepreneurship, you need to understand it's not that I am demotivating you. You need to understand what is going on, what all challenges you are going to face as an entrepreneur. Like, let's say, coming back to my startup, see, the thing is, I have overall 20 years of work experience into hardcore IT, right? But the thing is,
Right.
my startup concept began when I started, traveling all around in the villages of Bengal. Now, a question comes in, like, what were you doing in the villages? Now, honestly speaking, here comes the philosophical part. I was literally roaming around the villages in search of an answer, because the successful IT career of of mine, 20 years, has given me a lot of things. I learned a lot about technology. I learned a lot about team management. I learned a lot about different aspects of technology. Yes, I have worked with a couple of big brands, but it also gave me a lot of other things which I believe all the IT professionals are having. A bit of stress, a lot of depression, a lot of competition, a lot of backbiting, all these things going on. So the thing is, that left me in a situation wherein it was pretty difficult for me, to continue on the medical terms. So I was looking for some answers to my very difficult questions as to what's next, because once you have iPhone 5, you go for iPhone 6, and once you have iPhone 6, now you are reaching to iPhone 11, if I'm not wrong. Where do you stop? I mean, unless you stop somewhere, this journey is not what is startup. A startup means, as per me, is that when you are literally disturbed by anything, could be a cause, could be a situation, and could be anything that is disturbing you, and you literally come out with a solution to it, right? I'm not here talking about any particular startups as such, but see, as when
Sure.
you are when you are an entrepreneur, you have to
So,
study a lot.
Sanjay, that means that the mindset you are talking about, the mindset which requires to shift, the paradigm which requires to shift. So, in such a case, what paradigm shifts are required for a person to be in a kind of position to switch a job or start its own venture, start his or her own venture? What is the paradigm shift of mindset you are talking about right now?
Right, right. It's a very, absolutely very, very significant question, Amrita, and I'm just very happy that you asked it, because that shows the kind of alignment that you have with your content. Because, see, this is a question which is majority of the time overlooked. I mean, you cannot be just driven by your emotion. You just cannot be carried away by your emotion. The first mindset, Amrita, let's take this example of the COVID-19, which is happening all around. See,
Yeah, and
when a
we
person says,
require a change in mindset. So
right,
that is what
absolutely.
I thought of.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
See, when a guy is complaining that, well, I have been laid off, and I lost my job. See, Amrita, we need to understand one thing. It is not only the sad part of losing the job. The guy is literally going through a mental crisis as to how do I maintain the status, because this same guy was changing his handset past 6 months, every 6 months. Now the question comes
New
in,
hands.
how do I change it next time? So the mindset that we're talking about, first you need to accept the fact that you are not going into a romantic Iran. You are going to find a solution to a problem of the society. So I believe, from a person who was receiving, the mindset has to change as a giver. You have to become a contributor to the society or to the cause. Because unless you do that, you find your startup as a demanding one, because you were pretty happy working from 8 to 5. You were having your Saturday and Sunday as your offs. But once you are an entrepreneur, let me assure you, let me guarantee you, you will be working 7 days a week, 365 days, and the working hour cannot be scheduled, because you will be working on your own project, you will be playing multiple roles. And the worst part is, you will not have anybody to complain to. Right now, you might be complaining about to the HR about my job profile or the AC or something. But Amrita, what
Yeah.
happens is, the mindset let's you accept the fact or deny the fact. Once you accept it that you are embarking in a journey of startup to be a solution provider, I believe then the change happens.
So, Sanjay, quickly asking you, you are very right about what you actually said, that the transforming mindset is required to
Right,
jump here. But during this phase, as you said, that you have to be your own boss, and literally that means that you will lose the, should I say, freedom to work up to a certain time and completely rest on the other part of the day.
right,
So my question next to you is that people start doubting themselves. They always want to have a purpose in life, and they want to serve people. They want to solve problems of the society, with
right,
a doubt that whether I can do it, whether my career switch or job switch, or even the switch in an entire profession from
right,
being a professional to being an entrepreneur. A lot of doubts creep in, and as you can say, I'm also a new entrepreneur myself, and
right.
I do have deep down inside of me, I do have this kind of doubts. So how can we as young entrepreneurs remove the doubts within our minds? If you can just enlighten us.
Yes. See, Amrita, the thing is, as I said in my first, in your second question, see, you only need to embark into the journey of being an entrepreneur or a startup only when you are ready to become a solution provider to a region or a cause in the society. See, the reason has to be very, very strong to drive you. Like if I draw the comparison or the example from my startup, let's say, see, I was born and brought up in Kolkata. I have always been born and brought up into a metropolitan kind of environment. And honestly speaking, to be very, very honest, even though if I am a Bengali and Bengal has a rich, culture of villages and the rural life and the other kind of life. But the only way I saw Bengal was in the movie of Satyajit Ray. I never traveled to these remote villages and I never knew what kind of life exists there. So when I went there, I will just draw an example. When I went to our village, you being familiar with Bengal, I'm sure that you are aware of Shantiniketan. Now, Shantiniketan, I hear people a lot about talking about Rabindranath Tagore University and so on. But the thing is,
Yeah, it's like for people who don't know, Shantiniketan is a
right,
place where Rabindranath Tagore has set up his system of schooling, and also had spent a lot of years writing his
right,
poetries and novels are there. So it's a
absolutely.
must-watch, must-visit place if you want to visit Bengal or take the real essence of Bengal, what it means.
Mhm.
So Sanjay, as you were telling, that Shantiniketan was the place that you visited for the first time just
Yes,
before you are breaking in for your new venture.
yes, yes. And see,
Yeah.
Amrita, that I'm going to tell you. See, the village that I visited is not actually Shantiniketan. Shantiniketan is now almost like a suburban metropolitan kind of stuff. I mean, like you find big brands also, you find parallel life existing. But I'm talking about a village called Nanur. Nanur is 1 hour 45 minutes from Shantiniketan. You wouldn't believe
Okay.
when I reached Nanur, I had to literally it was so late in the evening by the time I reached that I had to literally stay back at the artisan's place only. And you wouldn't believe,
Okay.
Amrita, you wouldn't believe it was a rainy season, all right, and the art we were having a talk with the house was of mud. That's okay. I mean, it was all in shambles. There were children around, and
I mean, we can understand the conditions of
right, right.
that remote place. Yeah, it's a
Absolutely,
completely remote place.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So the thing is, this is not it. See, we have all seen poverty in movies and in pictures, right? But the thing is, the real troublesome impact, which literally you can say pushed me into this path of entrepreneurship is by by the time it was I was about to have the dinner, I literally had to I asked the artisan if I can use the toilet. And to that, you wouldn't believe, Amrita, the artisan was looking at the ground, feeling very shameful, very hesitant. And when I asked, like, I literally have to go because I didn't want to appear rude, repeatedly asking, she said that, Dada, can you wait till dawn? And I thought first it was like kind of like a joke which goes on in the villages, and it's something like that. And I said like, what? I need to go to the toilet now. It's urgent. And then she was pretty serious. She was pretty serious, and she said, Dada, in the morning by 5 o'clock, the Sulabh complex which we have close to our home in the market opens up, and you can use the pay to use toilet, and you can have the bath, you can use the toilet, and you can have the facility. But then I said, like, do you guys go to the Sulabh complex every time you want to use the toilet or take a bath, or you have to do it? Then all the members, the female artisans, even the males, were looking downward. And I said, like, well, I understand it might be a bit dirty, but it's okay. Then they said, Dada, you will not be able to because you are from city. And I said, like, what is it? And they said, what I, what they said is, even telling over this uh, meeting is very painful. Honestly speaking, I mean, like, they said, Dada, we go to the paddy field, we go to the river beds. The females going to the river beds, and Amrita, these are the females with whom we are working now, and we find high rate of UTI, the urinary tract infection, because
Yeah,
they are
yeah.
stopping their natural
Completely
flow,
normal in this one.
right?
Yeah.
So that is so painful. Like, see, I have always seen a toilet and a bathroom, a separate bathroom for me ever since I got my senses, right? To me, it appeared that how privileged I am and what am I doing with my life. So I wanted to make a substantial change in their life. And today also, Project Rangamati works towards a point which is sustainability towards female health, hygiene, and sanitation. So see, this reason is so strong that a lot of people find it very strange when I quote this to them. Honestly speaking, when I go to the toilet every time, every day, I literally think about my artisans, the shame, the guilt that they feel being a woman, you know, taking the call in a paddy field, taking the call on the riverbed. And you have males, you have other people traveling all the way, and
Passing by. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're just covering up
And
their
that is a whole lot of problem.
so
I mean,
honestly,
yeah, Sanjay, as you were telling, I think that our viewers are already understanding what kind
right,
of mission mode you are on, what you saw in the villages and the plight of the people out there.
yeah,
You couldn't but really start a startup or start a venture out to
right,
help and empower all those women. So kudos to you.
uh-huh,
And yeah, and I think that this makes total sense now, right? Because now after COVID-19 situation, after
yeah,
a lot of people, I mean crores of Indians would be thrown into that poverty trap once again, since we can see migrants returning to their homes.
yeah,
Already their villages are literally, they have lesser and lesser work for them, and the cities are gasping for newer projects.
right,
How will you empower youth, preferably our kind of youth who had a good social upbringing? How do you how do you motivate them? How do you make their mindset shift so that they can start finding a problem and start to attain to that solution, start to look for that? How do you motivate these people?
Well, Amrita, on to reply this again, it will be a bitter pill for everybody to take it. I mean, it's not going to be sugar coated. The thing is, yes, we have been brought up very good. We have been given the best education. We have been given the best clothes. We have been given the best food by our parents. But also along with this, one thing was constantly injected in our system, which is the slave syndrome, employee slave syndrome. See, today,
Yeah, it's a
even
completely
today,
yeah. And actually, we those who have come from the background, professional backgrounds, who have worked a 9 to 5 job, I think we all know that this
right?
slave syndrome. We can't actually get over this mindset. We think
Exactly,
that without a job, we will be lost completely. Is it
exactly,
true? Is it true
exactly.
that without a job, we'll be lost?
See, that is what I'm telling. I mean, see, the thing is, see, if you, even if you go and ask the top scorer of the big engineering colleges, see what is the purpose? Because I had this privilege of doing this, conducting this research on behalf of an organization. wherein the basic question was, why are you studying this particular engineering? And you wouldn't believe 75% answers were that I want to go to US, I want to go to abroad, and I want to work with the biggest giants. Nobody was there who was saying that, I want to learn something so that I can come up with a solution to the problem which is prevailing in India. Now, I'm not talking about that person being wrong. He is not simply able to think of in a very independent manner because it was constantly injected into his system that, boss, you need to study engineering because that's the main thing is that's a very guy thing. First thing is that, all right, and once you are an engineer, obviously you'll get a very big, nice tag around your neck. And third point is you get a very nice wife, okay, from a respectable family. And fourth point is you have a very secured IT manager position or a very nice, glass cubicle. But
Yeah.
Amrita, the pandemic has thrown or literally kicked everybody out into the sea. So now, if you have to be motivated, you need to understand one thing: there is no security for anything. And we have been looking for security for a long time instead of securing five.
Yeah.
Let's say today you are working as an IT manager. Yes, you are taking care of your family well, but you are not creating job for five people. So when you are not creating job for somebody, your job will be at stake every time any such crisis, be it COVID, be it Ebola, be it recession, or be it the second recession comes up. So the thing is, you have to be a creator. As I said, the moment you become a solution provider, that will drive you, that will put you into the right path, and you will be motivated, self-motivated. Entrepreneurs, I always tell, entrepreneurs have to be crazy people who has tons of motivation. I mean, like, people should go up to you and say, like, hey, nothing is working fine in your life. You don't have the fund. You don't have the infrastructure. You don't have anything apart from your laptop, maybe. But still, you're thinking of $1 billion project. How is that? I mean, are you crazy? Yes. The answer has to be that, yes, I'm crazy because I am thinking as a solution provider rather than looking for a solution, which is a job which our parents taught. Your job can never be a solution to your successful life. It can never make you feel that
It's just a
something.
means of survival, as I may say.
Absolutely, absolutely. But the thing is, you are already playing victim. This day or other, either you are going to be on a leave, either you are going to be kicked out, either you are going to be, like terminated,
It's a
or
victim
either you can
mindset.
be
Yeah.
promoted. Either you can be promoted also. But the thing is, with promotion, guys, let me be very clear what all comes in, because I am not a 20 years old guy. I have seen IT world for 20 years. I have seen what all good things and what all the pros and cons comes along with the IT. With the more responsibility will come the more pressure. The pressure is not only workload. I am lucky enough to have worked with Indian team members. I have been working with US clients. I've been working with Australian clients. And I've seen Indian team members or Indian IT professionals are much more proactive when it comes to learning new technologies. But the thing is, it is also true that the Indian IT professionals are suffering, are next to US professionals in terms of depression. Because what has happened
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
with a
that's
very
totally
very
true.
classy, with a very very Amrita, with a very very classy IT job, what happened is suddenly that Indian professionals, beyond their age, were having iPhone 11 in their hand. They're sitting into glass cubicle, which your father or my father took 40 years to work on or reach there, right? So you will find a 30 years guy sitting in a glass cabin with a directed tab. Now what has that done is it has made the person move on an accelerated rate. It is not in terms of deliverables, but it is in terms of pressure into the mental pressure. So the person is
Yeah.
not creating.
And I think that the stress, the tension, the entire society
Absolutely,
talks about
absolutely,
coming from this victim mindset of being
yeah,
always as a serving attitude, being having a serving attitude and just earning few dollars or few
exactly,
rupees after a month. and not trying to solve real problems of the society,
Right.
and maybe earning more in millions or
Absolutely.
even in billions of dollars.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd like to keep this meeting short, Sanjay, and I would hope that you would come again for another set
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
questions, and
Absolutely.
every time we seek more answers. So to just to summarize your entire thing, I want to tell you that I am really enlightened. We all, those who are listening to you, and this podcast had brought us like an ideological entrepreneur in front of us, in order to understand how to deal with this situation. Right now, we are thrown literally into the sea. Our jobs is at stake, our lives are at stake, and the main thing we need to do is to start solving the solutions, to solving the problems and bringing in the solutions. And I think there are a lot of problems India is going through right now, and
Right.
that means that there is a lot of opportunity to start new businesses. I mean, this is a golden opportunity for India. Even the world is looking at India. India being one of the country who is preparing, like vaccines or providing masks. I mean, the solidarity the country has shown. We as countrymen should also come up to this kind of platform so that we can also start giving people more and more opportunities.
Right.
Just last three things, three key things you wish an entrepreneur has in his or her life. Three important things he or she will have. What
See,
should be they?
it is
What
going
they
to be
should
a lifetime thing. It is not that an entrepreneur can have it today, and the moment the entrepreneur becomes successful, it goes away. See, this is, I always keep on telling the three things that has to be in your life or in the life of an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is pretty demanding. It demands all your personal spaces, all your personal time also. So the three things that an entrepreneur must mandatorily practice every day. It's not a one-time job. Is first is upgrading your skills. Upgrading
Yeah,
skills is the
sure.
first
Yeah,
thing
that's
that
the
an
most
entrepreneur
important.
has to do. You cannot tell that, okay, I was working at the server end, so I don't know Photoshop. You cannot tell that I do not like talking to vendors. You have to learn, you have to upgrade your skills. First thing is that. Second thing is, second, the most foremost thing is you have to be very, very mentally agile. You have to be very mentally agile, and that can only come when you are keeping personally healthy in terms of your health aspects. You have to be fit, because entrepreneurship, I'll tell you guys, there will be days when you will not be able to sleep all the night. It's not that you are having sleepless night. It is because your ideas will keep you awake and you will work, work and work. So the thing is, you have to be physically absolutely fit. You have to take care of your mental health. Third and fourth, the most ignored part, which has happened in past 3 decades of IT corporate world, is disconnection. Discontinuation and disconnection with the family. We were not spending quality time. We were there. Stop checking mails. Stop fiddling around with your mobile when you are with your family. Even if you are sitting with your son, daughter, mother, father, wife, please respect that, because you never know. Like for the COVID-19, when COVID-19 has kicked people out of their job, they have lost contact with their employees, they have lost contact with their managers, they have lost contact with their team managers, team members, and now
Hmm.
their professionals do not know whom to communicate. And that is the main problem. They are building up this trauma. They cannot go up to their mother or father and just sit, because they believe that they have nothing to talk about. So your family has to be connected, with your life. The first thing is skill upgradation. You cannot, guys, stop it ever. These three things. The first is the skill upgradation, continuous skill upgradation. Second thing is taking care of your health. And the third most important is, you know, your connection with your family. So these three things, if it is all in place, guys, I can assure you, I can guarantee you that whatever you are thinking in terms of an entrepreneurship, it will take different turns wherein you will see success, defeat, and joy. The joy that you never experienced in your past job, I can guarantee you that, being an entrepreneur myself, the kind of completion feeling that you get out of your work, maybe you are working for 18 hours, 19 hours, But when you go to sleep, finally, you feel so happy, so complete that a job can never give you. A job can give you a salary, it can never give you the satisfaction. So I wish, and I take Transforming Minds, I literally wish this platform to spread this message of literal transformation. I mean, we need to get transformed from within. And with Amrita and the fellow speakers and others also, we believe that this will spread the message across entrepreneurship in true sense. Guys, as I said, this is not 14th February. Entrepreneurship and startup is not your romantic errand. If you are thinking,
Yeah.
if you are thinking this is going to give you a rosy picture, trust me, trust me, this is a bed of thorns, and I have been lying on this bed, bleeding all around, even now, but happy, honestly happy.
Yeah. That your face truly shows. Thank you so much, Sanjay, and I hope we will return back with more such questions whenever we would be asked. Literally, many people started asking me how to remove these doubts, how to switch careers, and I thought of someone who will better explain this to us. And I take complete privilege that I have had a very insightful and enriching conversation with you. I hope all the transforming mindset, as well as all the members of the career counseling online, a mentoring channel kind of people who want to switch their careers or learn more about career counseling. I hope career counseling online all the success, project Rangamati all the success. Please, guys, do visit Rangamati's website. It's one of a kind website which empowers women. As you have heard this very interesting and insightful story. Thank you so much, Sanjay. Thank you for letting us in into your lives. And we would talk all about many other such interesting things in our next
Absolutely.
slot.
Absolutely,
Right. Thank
absolutely,
you so
Amrita.
much.
Absolutely, I'm available as and when you want me to be a part of this little, transforming gathering, right? The thing is, as I always say, see, the problem is there, but the thing is, you don't have to be stressed out all by yourself. We can all come together, we can talk about it, and see, entrepreneurship or transformation, whatever it is, it all begins with togetherness. We are all into this together. We can work it out together. You don't have to stress it out. So, wishing Transforming Minds and you all the best. And this is a fantastic job that you are doing amid this COVID and being such a busy
Thank you so
mom,
much.
right? This is literally going to help a lot people out of this pandemic and out of this trauma, because they will have somebody to come and talk to. They will have their doubts cleared. So this is a wonderful job that you are doing, and I wish all the best. And on my side, as and when you want me to be a part of it, I'm going to be made available for you and for the members. So wishing all of you a very, very wonderful entrepreneurship journey. And as I said, it's
Thank
not
you so
romantic,
much.
but it's literally very fulfilling. So Amrita, I wish you all the best also being a mom and taking care of all the household, work and doing this. This is a tremendous job that you're doing, and it's literally going to help a lot. It's literally going to help a lot.
Thank
And I
you
see
so much for
members
the
are already
compliment.
joining. I have seen, I visited that group. You have almost like 300 members, I guess so.
Yeah. You're closing
And
in. Yeah,
very,
and
very
it would
good.
it would grow. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
It will
also good luck to you because Career Counseling online page already crossed 1,000 likes, which is a kind of a wow thing within a week of letting the page in. I mean, I think that it clearly indicates that people need these things, management of their careers, transformational mindset. These are the things that people need right now, and we are onto the right
right,
platform.
right.
Thank you once
Absolutely.
again, Sanjay. I will not
Most
waste
welcome.
any other minute of your time right now, and I would hope that you go back to your work. Happy journey for all this
Thanks a lot.
different things
Thanks
that
a
you are
lot.
doing in your life,
Thank you so
and
much. Thank you
giving
so
all
much.
my kind regards to your family members, your son, your wife Deepa. I shall clearly mention her because she's a different on a different platform. She is one of the like most important shining star of Project Rangamati, and I would surely invite her in our
Absolutely.
podcast so that she can talk more about her project.
Right,
And thank you
right.
so much, Sanjay. Yeah, please
You're
take
most
care
welcome.
and stay safe.
Most
Yeah.
welcome, Amrita, and likewise all the good wishes to you and the family. Right. So it will be a privilege to be once again in your talk. So with that, let us all return to the work and let us be productive. Let us be focused. And let us not stress out altogether. We have transforming minds to come and talk to and share our problems. And thanks a lot for wishing us also. Yes, 1,000 likes. That made me believe also. See, before wrapping up, I believe, Amrita, the number also revealed one thing, that people want somebody to talk to. I guess that is what has made it cross 1,000
Yeah.
right? So transforming minds from 300 to 3,000 in the coming days, I can guarantee that with you in, with the
Yeah. I'm
necessary
totally,
application,
I'm totally into that. Yeah.
right. So
Let us manifest that reality.
absolutely wonderful, and wish you all the best. Take care of yourself. Okay.
Yeah. Take
Yep.
care. Bye. Bye,
Bye bye.
Sanjay. Yeah.
Take care.